Tough to follow, tough to keep up.
Hey Chris, where do you want to put that?
We want to just do it right before the public comments.
Can, it's fine.
After 15.
After 15.
Yeah.
Okay, if everybody would please stand. I'd like to ask Dee Dee to lead us in prayer this morning.
Thank you very much. May we pray? Gracious Lord, this is the Advent season, the coming of you into our lives and into the world, once again to bring joy and peace and hope to those who suffer and hurt. We give you thanks, our Father, that the institutions like the Marion County Commission do the same thing. They're always coming into the lives to help and to bring hope and to alleviate hurt and sufferings. We give you thanks for the programs over the past year, the programs that yet will be done in the remainder of the year. Our Father, give to us, each within us, the light, the candle of Advent, so that we too, in our own special ways, whether it's through the Christmas toy shop or through the allocation of outside agencies, we can be that candle that can light somebody's path, make the world a little bit better place, not only for those who receive services, but for the employees and even for those who give it. For we ask it in the name who gave it, who gave his life for us. Amen.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
You're welcome.
Julie, would you lead us in the prayer, please?
Certainly. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This county commission meeting will come to order. Chris, the first item, please.
We have the acceptance of the minutes from the November 20th, 2019 meeting.
Move the commission accept the minutes as presented.
And I'll second.
I'll concur. Next item, please.
We have exonerations 2019-657 through 2019-669 presented by the assessor.
Okay, pursuant to the recommendation of the assessor and the prosecuting attorney, move the president sign the exonerations.
I'll second.
And I'll concur. And the next item.
We have an order confirming and ratifying the fiduciary supervisor's report of claims and settlement reports in the following estates: Drummond, Hess, Fast, Stahl, Saplita, Slate, Dean, Ribble, Polis, Johnson, Sellers, McLaughlin, Foley, Pettigrew, Peligi, Pritchard, Haddix, Koken, Mays, Arnott, Kovach, Niklich, Stiles, Van Gilder, Morgan, Droppelman, Bennett, Dean, Thorne, Hawkins, Hart, Bates, Smith, Font, Farson, Securo, Nicholson, Snyder, Minico, Hall, Moore, Townsend, Gump, Beafor, Masters, Rife, Robinette, Manning, Boyer, Ashcraft, Kuhn, Gribben, Hott, Gooden, Smith, Walsh, Boone, Redmond, Marbury, Summers, and Beverland. And this requires the signature of the commission as well as the clerk.
Thanks, Chris. Another great job on the names today.
Thank you.
Hey, Chuck,
Anybody here today with
can you
any
pass me the
objections
program?
to the order confirming and ratifying the fiduciary
Thank you.
supervisor's report of claims and settlement reports?
Okay, if there's no objection, move the commission sign the order.
And I second.
I'll concur. Next item, please.
We have an order filing petition and setting a hearing date in the estate of Patricia L. Dana, deceased. And this basically sets that hearing date for Wednesday, January 8th at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, I move the commission sign the order setting the date for Wednesday, January the 8th at 10:30.
I second.
And I'll concur. Next item.
We have approval by the commission of the 2020 holidays pursuant to West Virginia Code 2-2-1, 3-1-31, and 351. Those are January 1st, New Year's Day, the third Monday in January, Martin Luther King's birthday, third Monday in February, President's Day, last Monday in May is Memorial Day, June 20th, West Virginia Day, July 4th, Independence Day, first Monday of September, Labor Day, second Monday of October is Columbus Day, November 11th is Veterans Day, fourth Thursday in November is Thanksgiving Day, day after Thanksgiving is Lincoln's Day, and December 25th is Christmas Day. Those codes also give us the days off designated by the governor as well as the president. And this requires the signature of the commission.
That is with pay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can
Uh-oh.
we think of another one Joy put in there, thought I would or something?
Gonna be leap year too, I think, leap year.
Yeah.
I move the commission approve the list of the 2020 holidays pursuant to the Washington Code 2-3131, 3-5.
I second.
Then I'll concur.
So many holidays, it takes 3 separate codes to cover.
I thought I had that turned off, let me take care of this. That, premature, but that. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item.
The Marion County Clerk is submitting an order to consolidate Precinct 35, the West Virginia Department of Highways and Materials Lab, into Precinct 32, which will be relocated to the Fleming Memorial Presbyterian Church from the Head Start located on Country Club Road, and representatives from the clerk's office are here to explain that.
You.
Look at Ernie's now.
Okay.
Well, you're passing
Early Christmas.
Yeah. Today, we're proposing, of course, the consolidation of Precinct 32 and 35, and they will be consolidated into Fleming Memorial Presbyterian Church that's located on Locust Avenue. The exact address is 1493 for anyone who doesn't know which building it is, but it's hard to miss. It's a very large church. As you well know, there can be issues pulling into and out of Precinct 35, the DOH Materials Lab. We feel that it's in the best interest of our voters to move this precinct to a less perilous and more accessible area, and the church fits the bill. It's got a fantastic handicap accessible area to come into, very easy to get in and out of, spacious enough that it's not going to be an issue to combine those 2 precincts. The overall number of people that will be affected is approximately 1,000. That's what it brings the number to overall. And they will be notified, of course, by mail and in the Times West Virginian. And the Precinct 32, the Country Club Head Start, that was the one that seemed like the obvious choice to consolidate because of its proximity to the church and the small amount of voters affected, because there was only about 400 voters in that actual precinct to start with. So we appreciate your consideration.
I thank you and our taxpayers thank you.
Absolutely.
And I move that we sign the order.
I second.
And I'll concur. And again, like, thanks for your concern, and
That's what safety is.
yeah, it is, and the consolidation can only help out, save money, and I know there's been a challenge every year to get 360 poll workers.
Very
It's
difficult.
very, very difficult, and this helps a lot. We certainly encourage it, and I concur with the motion, and I hope that there might be some more down the road.
Thank you.
Chris, the next item.
We have a request for advice and consent from the county clerk, Janice Costco, to hire a new employee, Marion, as a part-time employee effective Monday, December 16th, 2019.
Okay. I move the commission give its advice and consent to hire Mary E. Heyman as a part-time employee effective Monday, December 16th, 2019. Welcome.
And I'll second. I would like to commend you on it. It's a very great idea bringing them in before they leave and taking the time to train. Great thought.
I concur. Next item, please.
We have a request for advice and consent of the commission from Brandy Corley, day report manager, to hire Trevor Markwood as a case manager to fill the vacant position at the day report center. This is full-time at will with benefits effective December 2nd, 2019. This, again, is a replacement employee.
Move the commission grant its advice and consent to hire Trevor Markwood as a case manager, full-time, at will, with benefits effective December 2nd, 2019. Anything to say, Frank? Any comment? Any good? Okay.
Nope.
I second.
And I'll concur. And thanks for the good job y'all do over there.
Thank you.
Next item.
We have the reappointment of Randy Elliott to the Marion County Board of Health.
Okay, we move the commission to reappoint Randy Elliott to the Marion County Board of Health.
Charlie Reese once told me you have to be able to count to two. I'm gonna give him the sentence,
Yeah,
I'll be the second, but I second that motion.
Been there for a long time, and that's doing very, very well under the leadership of Lloyd Whitehead. Next item, please.
We have the reappointment of Jesse Corley to the Board of the Fairmont Marion County Transit Authority.
Okay, move the commission to reappoint Jesse Corley to the Fairmont Marion County Transit Authority Board.
Jesse couldn't be here today, but we certainly thank him for all the efforts he puts forth in all the boards that he actually serves on. So I will second that motion.
And I'll agree with what he said. He's in a lot of organizations, does a good job. Be glad to concur. Next item, please.
We have the reappointment of Kay Nesselrote to the Board of North Central West Virginia Community Action.
Okay, move that the commission reappoint Kay Nesselrode to the North Central West Virginia Community Action Board.
I second.
I'll concur. Next item.
We have a request for reimbursement from the West Virginia Division of Administrative Services, Justice and Community Services to cover expenditures for November 2019 in our Victims Advocate Grant in the amount of $4,615.38, and this requires the President's signature.
Move the president sign the reimbursement.
Chris, what was the name of it? Outfit across the street there. I second it.
And I'll concur. Okay, Chris, the next item.
We have for the record a request for reimbursement from the West Virginia Division of Justice and Community Services from October 2019. This is for our Community Corrections Grant in the amount of $5,691.13, and that is for the record.
Again, for the record, and next item.
We have for the record note the County Clerk's Office has submitted to the West Virginia State Auditor's Office the true account of all taxes on real estate within the county, those being sold, suspended from the sale, redeemed prior to the sale, or certified to the state auditor for 2019. That's for the record as well.
Let's note for the record. Next item, please.
And for the record, a notification from Comcast of price changes to be effective December 20th, 2019. That information is available after the meeting or in the clerk's office thereafter.
That's also for the record. Next item.
We have a public hearing scheduled for 10:30. First, Ernie wanted to do a little presentation, and then we have
People outside to
yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great, I'll start out there. We have a little recognition plaque that we want to give to a lady. She's not from here. She's actually from the Washington, D.C. area. She actually met my daughter at her dentist's office, and while speaking with her, she wanted to know where she was from. My daughter said she was from West Virginia, and Eleanor had wanted to know what part of West Virginia. She said Fairmont. So as a result of that, she made I think 40 blankets or 40 Afghans and sent them to the Scott base next door last year.
Wow.
So I want to give her a little bit of recognition. We had, I called her and spoke with her daughter. She's 95 years old. And I have a little biography of Eleanor Skroza Prokupek. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It says, Eleanor has had many roles in life: a telephone pole maintenance person during World War II, a wife of 72 years, a mother of 3 children, a gourmet cook, an accomplished seamstress for her daughters and nieces, a Girl Scout leader, a Head Start teacher, a tutor of elementary school children, an activist and officer on a town community council and the PTA in Norwalk, Connecticut, a beach swimmer, and later earned her bachelor's degree in chemistry at the age of 52. She was a chemist in various industries, a metallurgist in a steel mill, a knitter, a quilter, a world traveler, and an adventurous snorkeler. It said Eleanor reflects, many years ago I came to West Virginia to do a whitewater rafting adventure on the New River. So the spring rains made the water run fast and swift, and the huge rhododendron bushes were in full bloom. She said I had a very enjoyable time. My lodgings were in Thurman, within a 1920s bank, which had been converted into a bed and breakfast run by a husband and wife. And everyone was so warm and hospitable to me. So I now reside in Springfield, Virginia, in a retirement community near my daughters, and collecting, making blankets and towels for the local homeless shelter to show my appreciation for the hospitality shown to me long ago by the people of your wonderful state. So we put a little recognition. We're going to send that to Eleanor and get it out to her. And I want to thank her for her generosity, and not just here, but anywhere she's traveled, she extends that generosity. So thank you, Eleanor.
It's wonderful. Very nice.
Wow.
We have J.C. Christopher from the West Virginia Bass Federation.
Come to the podium.
I'm here on behalf of the West Virginia Bass Federation. We're trying to get a event scheduled here on the Mon River at Palatine Park on June 27th and 28th. It's going to be our championship tournament, and we were liking to request $5,000 to help with the prize packs for our event.
We've always supported the Bass Federation, and we're happy and glad you choose the Mon River here in Palatine to hold your event. It's always a good event. Matter of fact, I spent a lot of the words the last time. I think you won the thing, didn't you?
I did.
Handed the trophy, so that's it. We already, the request from the Bass Federation, is this a date we've already have on our schedule? Is this something that?
I have the 20th and 21st. So is this an additional the following weekend?
This is an organization off of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
That must be, is that Bass Nation, the first
Yes.
event, and this is Bass Federation?
Mhm.
Well, we're happy to sponsor them. I would like to say that, again, thank you for filling up our hotels and our restaurants and buying gasoline here and showcasing our Palatine Park. We're very, very proud of. And this all started several years ago when we sponsored our first bass tournament. And as a result of that, we were able to keep the locks open. I attended a meeting yesterday in Morgantown to make sure the locks are going to continue to be open. And they wanted the dates. And I called back and talked to Chris. There's 20-some of us there at the meeting. And the Corporal Short was very excited about continuing to support what we're doing. They like to see commerce. They like to see coal and barges going up and down. But if they can't have that, this is also something that stimulates and builds the economy around here, and by bringing everybody in to stay. And we reap the benefit from the hotel motel tax. The local businesses reap the benefit. You all buy a lot of gasoline and do a lot of it. And you pre-fish a few days, and the families come in to participate in the award ceremony and all that. So it has to be on our agenda. I think that we can take into consideration on what you're doing, and we can certainly support you in your efforts, what you're trying to do. And
We appreciate all the help you guys give.
and everybody, they are so appreciative, and I've attended a lot of the events that you all have had, dozens of them, and really proud to be part of what you're doing. And when you here a few years ago, they had a big tournament, and there was over 130-some people, that fishermen, that were eating at Muriel's restaurant. I went out there and spoke, and I thanked them. They thanked us for God being such a good host and donating to the awards, what you all hand out and prize money and all that. And we get that back tenfold whenever you come here. And everybody benefits when you're here. And again, it's you can't have a nicer venue than what we have at Palatine to have an award ceremony. It's a beautiful place to have that.
Yeah.
And the boat ramp and everything. It's just unbelievable how nice it is. And I think we were able to achieve that because of the Bass Masters and the Bass Federation having their tournaments here. I think the DNR really wanted to keep promoting this area. And that's how I think we got the 3-lane, $1.5 million boat ramp. So, yeah, well, we can help you, and I think it's the right thing to do.
So it was like the Mid-Atlantic or something that they had there?
Yeah, they had
ESPN?
Yeah, they had it was, I think it was a Mid-Atlantic region or something like that.
That's coming around again, it'll be 2021. We're hoping to maybe have that here again.
Well, that's good.
Well, we better confirm those dates as well with the locks.
Yeah,
Make sure
that's why the Colonel asked me yesterday to confirm the dates. But after this meeting, we'll go over this and what other tournaments we have and try to get all the together and let the people know that we need to have the Opequisca and Hildebrand pools open, otherwise it's not, you gotta have it as open.
Yeah.
We got the dates now, so let us go work on that. We'll let Chris be our point man. He'll leave you information so Chris can get a hold of you, and then we'll take care of this after the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you can give Henry some pointers on how you do it. I know he's a good fisherman too. I know he's always up there knocking on the door. I know. But congratulations and thanks again for what you do for Marion County, bringing the tournaments here.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Me,
until
me.
then. Oh,
We got
Dee
the
Dee.
deed.
Yeah, thank you. Well, on Friday, December 6th, we'll mark the 112th anniversary of the Monongah mine disaster. We'll also mark the 13th year that Creed Holden put together, along with me at Central United Methodist Church, the first national Miners' Day commemoration event. And it's been, the state of West Virginia proclaimed it a few years ago. The state of Pennsylvania has as well. And I would like to kind of use the rotunda of our courthouse here to commemorate that day, along with something that the County Commission has so nicely done the last 3 years, and that is to honor our veterans of Marion County. Because you know there are 2 Christmas trees there with Christmas bulbs of many of the veterans who have served. Thanks to Jeff and his staff, they have put it up. There's names of all the residents of those who have served on those trees. And I think it'd be nice to kind of combine those 2 efforts just for a very brief ceremony on the significant day of Friday of December 6th for about a half hour from noon until 12:30. You know, I've been in touch with Kip Price, who's been the main person for the veterans, and Judy Wilson, who's put together all the bulbs, and also with Creed Holden, who has put together the first Miners' Day service. So if we could have the use of the courthouse rotunda just for about a half hour from 12 to 12:30 on Friday, December 6th, this coming Friday, we'd appreciate that. That way we can also celebrate people coming to downtown Fairmont, coming into the courthouse, seeing all the beauty that's here, as well as the Christmas trees, and seeing the names of the veterans who have served so graciously through the years.
Wonderful idea, and I hope to try to make it down there Friday and then to join you. But I don't see any problem with that at all. It's a public place, and we've done this for years with the celebrating our veterans, and Kip Price did a good job putting that all together. So I don't see any problem with that. Thank you. Is that all, Chris, for this?
That's it.
We have a public hearing at 10:30, which is right now, so we'll go ahead. If we're ready, Jay, this public hearing is to adopt an order of the County Commission of Marion County creating a new tax increment financing district, TIF, in Marion County, West Virginia, to be done as the County Commission of Marion County Development District 2, approving the Middletown Commons redevelopment project number 1, establishing a tax increment financing fund, and providing for other matters in connection therewith. So this hearing is open. Is there anybody here with any comments? Gee, I don't see anybody either. If you want to, you can maybe
I'll be
briefly.
as brief as I can be, that's how I like it. Commissioners, thank you. Jay Rogers with Omni Associates Architects, representing David and Richard Beafor of General Acquisitions. They are the developer that has proposed this tax increment financing district. As we spoke earlier, when the initial matter came before the commission, we're proposing a district that I think will benefit Marion County for many years to come. With a lot of input, a lot of work, we've arranged for this district to take in a lot of Marion County's vacant land that's, I think, strategically situated next to some of our growing industrial areas, so along our interstate and our border with Marion and Harrison counties, that I think over a 30-year period we'll start to see a lot of benefit of that coming about. The second part of the order is, in fact, creating and improving the public plan, public project, which would be the Middletown Commons. I noticed you had the Leadership Marion group here earlier, and we had them out at the Commons earlier this morning for a tour. And I think like them, like most people, would be amazed in walking through the former mall as to what the condition actually is and how much work has been put into this so far. A lot that you can't see, but a lot is starting to become dependent on this actual TIF, and that being the public utilities. We have a couple of tenants that are ready to go. Their spaces are actually being painted right now, but we can't get them electric. We can't get them gas, and we can't get them water and sewer because it needs to come from this new main lines that are being brought in. So, you know, we're hitting this at the right time, I think. Just want to say that we have complied with all of the statutory requirements of the district. The application was approved by the West Virginia Development Office. It's been approved by the levying bodies of the City of Fairmont, the Town of Whitehall, the Marion County Board of Education. So I think we've checked all the boxes that we need to. Hopefully we've provided enough information that hasn't brought about a lot of questions. But you know, in summary, the TIF is approximately $9.1 million, and that will include internal as well as external roadways, DOH improvements on Route 250, new signalized intersection at the intersection commonly referred to as Walmart and Urs Dodge, and then new public water, sewer, gas, electric, along with some other amenities that are there for the public, such as lighting and sidewalks and things of that nature. Schedule from here would be once the district is approved and the project plan is approved. Right now we are scheduled to close on those initial bonds around the 19th of December. This order also allows us to start to prepare bids. Bids are subject to the bonds actually being in place before we could actually award the contract. The bonds would have to be in place, and that will be something that the engineering company, Cheat Road Engineering, and Omni would actually work with the county, and the county actually bids the projects, and we would take bids and hold bids here, and then all of the state procurement laws would come into play at that point in time for all of the public infrastructure. Happy to answer any questions or discuss anything that you would like to.
It's a great summary of what's been taking place out there. Appreciate it. I think it's a wonderful project, and it just brings that much more prosperity and economic development that we're striving to achieve here in Marion County, out in Medina County. It's a big one.
It does, Commissioner. And you know, you and I go back a long time, Chris, and talking about retail when I worked with the city. And, you know, we never had that entity that was going to invest $35 million of their own money into something. And, you know, they're well on their way. They're somewhere between $5 and $8 million in. They're going to put up bonds for $9 million to do this public infrastructure. So we've never had that. And, you know, it's interesting. You talk back about our history, and you're going from the first indoor mall in West Virginia. And I think when you look at the TIF statute, this is what it was written for, because it's clearly a redevelopment of something that was there, that many people can tell you stories of the miles and miles of traffic that went into that mall in the 70s. And hopefully that's a catalyst for things in the future that can do that again for our economy.
I certainly agree with you. Appreciate everything. And
thank you.
If there are no other comments at this time, I'd like for someone to propose a motion to adopt the order.
Commission adopt the order.
I will recuse myself from once again, because I own property within that district.
Thank you, Ernie. I will second the motion, and it's been approved. We have now approved the creation of a income tax income financing district known as the redevelopment of the Middletown Commons. So it's happy to have done that today.
I go back 4 times after you finally got the big sign there, all squares waiting for the new people.
Yep.
Okay. Chris, is there anything else?
That's it.
Okay, that's it. We will stand in recess until December the 18th. That is the next meeting, isn't it, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. And appreciate everybody coming out today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. job.